Good morning, True Blue Oklahoman here. Let's talk about Oklahoma a little bit. A story in Oklahoma Watch, a very good journalism group here in Oklahoma. They're telling us right now that Oklahoma is the only state in the USA that refuses to publish or share data on measles on a county or regional basis. Now, why would they want to do that? Of course, if you remember Oklahoma statewide, it was real hard to get any accurate information about COVID either. We had a really good guy here in Tulsa that ran the city county health department that gave us almost hourly updates on everything, but that was about it for the state. Measles, they're on the rise, of course, because of all these stupid people that are not getting their children vaccinated for this. Let's see, last year there was 17 measles cases in Oklahoma, and there should be 0. I mean, come on, people. Right now, Oklahoma is experiencing its worst whooping cough outbreak in 70 years and worst measles outbreak in 35 years. You know, now, I hate to tell you folksies that don't really know this, but vaccines save children's lives. And if I were you, I would not listen to some former heroin addict with brain worm up in Washington that's telling you that vaccines are harmful. He's harmful. He's the one that is harmful. Can't believe it. Anyway, okay, here's something from the Oklahoma Voice. Interesting. We may have a new political party soon in Oklahoma. I don't know if you've heard about that. There's a group called the Sooner State Party. It's trying to gather 35,000 signatures by February 20th. They already have 22,000. And this all stems from the Oklahoma Election Board finagling some way to keep independents from voting in Democrat primaries from now on. I personally believe there's something quite insidious behind that at a state level. Plus, I've never understood why Republicans didn't let independents vote in their primaries. I guess they just couldn't stand the thought of anybody actually thinking independently, or thinking maybe somebody that thought independently would actually vote for a Republican. That's probably more like it. But anyway, there's a gentleman named C.J. Weber Neal, and the party will be more aligned with independents than either of the major 3 parties so far in Oklahoma. So far, they're supporting tribal sovereignty, abortion rights, Second Amendment rights, responsible gun ownership, raising the minimum wage, and some state tax cuts. Apparently, they're still a little bit on the fence with the alphabet people, the LBG, all that stuff. But folks, you have a problem. I'm going to tell you right now. I went to your website this morning to see where you really stood. It's advertised as being SoonerStateParty.org. Well, all I got was the 2 words, not found. So, if you're hoping to get some exposure, you might want to work on your website. All right. Last thing. Hats off to the people in Coweta, Oklahoma that are fighting Project Atlas. Okay, you know, I talk a lot about data centers. They're dangerous, they're noisy, they're very, very expensive, and they carry lots of pollution, despite all the crap they tell you to the otherwise. But there's a group called Beal Infrastructure. They're the group behind Project Atlas. And after last night's meeting, I guess they asked for a month before any more public hearings can come up, so they can figure out some way to convince the locals that they need this data center. Project Atlas is a proposed hyperscale data center, and even if they pay to make their own substation, the people in Northeast Oklahoma are going to pay the electric bill for these folks. Your bill's going to go up. It's going up anyway. It's going up right now, isn't it? Well, it's going to go up even more if this thing goes in. It really is. And here's the problem also. These people are going to build Project Atlas, but they will not tell you who's going to get the power, who's going to get to use it. They will not tell you who the end user is. All it says on, all I got from artificial intelligence anyway, was Project Atlas is for an undisclosed major U.S. tech giant described as a large, publicly traded U.S. company that will use the data center for cloud data storage. That's all. I'm just going to use it to store your pictures, keep all your information, keep everybody's information, that they can do anything they want to with. I suppose if you put your information on the cloud, you have to be willing to let it be shared with the world. Anyway, anything you do on the internet, we know it's not private anyway. But these folks are in the collection business. That's all. They're in the data collection business. Data can be sold, traded, marketed, all kinds of stuff. So, Coweta, I suggest you keep up the good fight. Data centers can be tricky things. When a company wants to build something and they won't even tell you who's going to use it, you got a problem. So, hang in there, Coweta. I'm all for you. I love you. Have a good day.